what we did is we wanted to see what the effect of on clinical research was during the COVID pandemic. I think the main clinical message was, we were able to achieve and actually better our goal. Our goal is to be able to offer our patients the best clinical research and the best clinical trials. What we found is that through our network, through the GOG partners, we were able to increase our accrual onto clinical trials by over 50%. So it was really remarkable in that we were able to overcompensate for the current pandemic situation and put patients on trials and be able to offer them the best treatment options. And during this time, we opened trials and we closed trials in order to get the best answers for our patients. One of the key things that we did is we had to reevaluate the way we were doing things. So we allowed for remote site initiation visits, remote monitoring. We were able to do telemedicine visits for our patients as opposed to having them come in. We sent patients drugs in the mail, oral pills in the mail, instead of having them come in for that. So we demonstrated that we could be dynamic and that we could change our usually strict ways of doing things in order to compensate for the situation at hand. In addition, given that we have over 400 sites in the GOG Partners Network, we were able to sort of redistribute where we emphasized accrual onto these trials. What I mean by that, oftentimes the university sites were really put into deep trouble and had a lot of trouble doing their business during a pandemic. Resources were shifted away from the research teams and towards other strategies in order just to help patients survive COVID. So we really, one of the strategies we did is we pushed our accrual to the non-university, some of the community-based sites during the situation. And geographically, we also shift our accrual away from those cities that were greatly affected by the pandemic towards other cities that weren't as affected in order to maintain our numbers. When did we start our strategies? Really immediately once we saw that the pandemic was happening and that university sites were closing down and other clinical sites were closing down, we reshifted our strategies. We had increased our number of operations meetings, not only internally, but with our industry partners. And we really, we tried to keep it business as usual as much as possible. There were delays in treatment, there were delays in signing up for studies, but it was really from day one that we changed the way we did business, changed our strategies, and which allowed for us to maintain the accrual and actually increase the accrual by over 50% that we'd seen. We did this abstract through the GOG Partners mechanism. That's the industry-sponsored arm of the GOG Foundation, under the leadership of obviously Dr. Larry Copeland, Dr. Brad Monk, and Dr. Rob Coleman. It's really demonstrated our ability to figure out what's best to our patients and to execute on such a plan.